Good morning and welcome to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Diana Rich, joined in the studios with our producer, Nick Steffens.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Our publisher is Matt Bryant, and coming up later in the show, we'll be joined by Key Wash Half Marathon directors Kyla Wilkening and Teri Hartzler to talk about the upcoming Key Wash Half Marathon, 10K and 5K happening right here in Washington on April 29th. But first, let's talk about weather. It's 31 degrees and partly cloudy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be worse.
It could be worse.
Could be precipitating. Could be snowing.
Yeah, I think it actually said it's supposed to have snow flurries in the next hour. But then I think Apple Maps just kind of guesses, not Apple Maps, Apple Weather just kind of guesses when you open the app. It's
Isn't that what the meteorologists do too?
I think so. Okay, yeah, now they took it out, but whatever.
All right. For local events, we have the first-time homebuyer class at Washington State Bank tonight at 6:30. That class is free. And moving on to the police report, which is rather long today.
Yeah, it's I guess a good one is the.
Is that the right term?
I don't know. It's like the highlight, low light.
It's been a busy Washington County the first part of the week. So we have 17 traffic calls, 4 animal calls, 3 public service calls, 3 suspicious activity, 3 fraudulent calls, 3 for vandalism, 2 fire calls, several more for 2, and single calls for a total of 60 in the police report. Some of the low lights of the police report. What's going on right now?
I think we should address that the sirens are going. I'm trying to see if
some kind of test of the sirens are currently going on outside. We're trying to hear what they're saying.
I'm trying to see if the mics are picking up, and I don't think they are.
That's a new one. We haven't had that before.
Oh.
Should we proceed or should we evacuate the building?
I don't know. Did the Russians fire the missiles? I'm kind of concerned.
All right. Well, we'll just continue going on the police report. Had a vandalism, criminal mischief call in Riverside. Caller reports her son's vehicle had eggs thrown all over it.
High school kids.
Eggs are too expensive to be thrown these days. I feel like it's like some fancy meat or something. It's like you shouldn't throw eggs. An animal call in Riverside.
Rhonda Wilson said yes, test. So thank you for the people that are watching over.
There's usually not a test on Wednesdays, but keeping us on our toes.
That was always the first Wednesday, not the last.
Oh.
I don't know.
All right. An injured animal call in Riverside reports she has an injured, sick raccoon in her yard. Requests a deputy assist. 9211 responded, and it was a young one. It is on its way.
I like how it's on its way. They just carry on.
Oh, carry on. Gotcha.
Carry on.
Very good. Fire call in Riverside. Caller reports their smoke alarm has been going off for the last 20 minutes. No signs of any fire. The Riverside Fire responded and disregarded. It was a faulty detector.
I like how it was 20. How long would it go on before you snapped and called 911?
That's a good question. I would probably just take the batteries out.
I guess, yeah. I wonder if they did that.
Unless it was hardwired.
You do, and it just keeps going.
Keeps going, yeah. Maybe they just had to check everything to make sure it wasn't on fire first. Call in Westchester, DP and Q call. Anonymous caller reports the grain bins are too loud and disturbing their peace. 9211 responded. This was unfounded.
Old people in their silence.
So how do you unfind this? Is it's like one person's opinion over the other on what's loud and what's not loud? Do they get out their decibels and check it out?
Yeah.
Very good. Just curious. An alarm call in Washington. Caller reports front door alarm. Everything was fine. Food was being delivered. Message left with key holder.
I feel bad for the delivery driver that probably just I don't know, opened it was probably one of those where, you open one door and then there's another one.
Delivering food, and
it just all of a sudden the alarms go off.
Yes.
He doesn't get paid enough for that.
Yeah, no kidding. Hopefully they got a good tip. Lost and found property call in Washington. Caller reports locating a wallet in their yard. 110 responded. The wallet was returned to the owner.
Which I'm glad this person found their wallet. But I would also be like, why is your wallet in my backyard?
Right. And I wonder if they checked the ID before they called in.
Yeah.
I'm glad it got returned. Some things from the police log in Iowa City. It's always entertaining. Wants to know if one of his employees has a warrant. That's random.
I feel like probably not the best workplace environment if you are hiring people with warrants out for them.
Right.
All
right. Next call. Child saying she is scared of the dark.
That one's kind of cute.
Why do people call the cops for this, though?
And
why does this make the police
report?
report? Oh,
so that's why I'm like, okay, that's kind of cute, I guess.
Look at you being a softie, Nick.
Yeah.
Another call in Iowa City occurred overnight. Decorated goose was stolen off the front porch. That sounds pretty serious.
Yeah.
That would be upsetting.
I mean, it's kind of like Midwestern moms, so they have like chickens in their like kitchen. Like, I feel like every Midwestern mom had that in the 90s.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they're different. They have a decorated goose.
Maybe it was decorated
Not
for
my style, but
probably decorated in Hawkeye gear for this weekend's Final Four, and they were more upset about that than the goose, maybe. All right, last one from Iowa City. Reporting party could not tell me what is going on since we're not on a secure line. They asked for an officer to come. So they called in something, but couldn't tell them.
Yeah. I mean,
interesting.
It's probably a crazy person, but yeah, they're like acting like they got this super secret information. Maybe they do. Maybe it's tied to the mob. I don't know what is going on in Iowa City. Most likely a crazy person. The
police report is always entertaining, yes, nonetheless. All right. We'll head to commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk to Kyla and Teri about the upcoming Kewash Half Marathon.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Hey, Emmy, why did the orange lose the race?
Why?
It ran out of juice. That's terrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome back to Washington Live. I'm your host, Diana Rich, and I'm joined in the studio with Teri Hartzler and Kyla Wilkening. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you ladies?
Good. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Awesome. So Kyla and Teri are race directors for the Kewash Half Marathon, 10K and 5K. How did you guys get involved in the Kewash?
Well, I'll give you a little history on the Kewash.
Okay.
Michelle Driscoll and Sean Loy were the ones that originally started the Kewash Half Marathon, and that was 10 years ago. They started it with Becky Harkema, which was the director at the Y at the time, and it's just taken off from there. When I came to the Y, then I started being the race director, and Michelle and Sean have always been in the mix and been wonderful. They've been given a lot of their time and a lot of commitment to the race, so they've been essential into having this race. So
okay, awesome. And then Kyla, you're just like by default, like start working at the Y and drawn into the Key Wash.
Yeah. Since Teri retired, I have taken over her position, so therefore it falls down the line to me.
So we're kind of in a transition year this year, and then next year it'll be Kyla's.
All right.
So she's doing a wonderful job.
Very exciting. So you said the Key Wash started 10 years ago. And was it just a dream of Michelle and Sean's, or?
I think so. It was just a vision that they had. At the time, Sean was doing a lot of racing, and Michelle was doing some runs as well. And it was just a real passion for both of them to bring an event like that to Washington. And it's just been an awesome community event here. It's brought a lot of people from all over the country to Washington. So that was very exciting. It was a wonderful idea of theirs.
Yeah. Do you know how many participants you guys had the first year and kind of how that's grown since?
Yep. So at the time it was between 75 to 100. When they first started, we didn't have like online registration and all that stuff. So it's kind of hard to know on the numbers, but that's kind of where they were in the beginning years. And then our highest year was 2021. We did a live and virtual race that year. So that year we had over 650 participants in that one. Our highest after that, like last year, was almost 570. So we're hoping to get at least that many this year with our 10th anniversary. So it's kind of an exciting year for us this year.
So tell me about the event this year. When is it? What are the distances? And how can people get registered?
You've already said it's in the name. We have the half marathon, the 10K, and then the 5K. We have our registration link up on our Facebook page. So I guess the link to our website is up on the Facebook page, and then you can go to our registration link up onto our website.
Okay.
And we also have it linked on our YMCA website page as well. So.
And the event is Saturday, April 29th.
Yep.
It will start at 8 a.m.
Okay. And are there any more deadlines to register before the price goes up, or where are we at with that?
April 1st is the last price increase, so that'll be our highest that we go. So you have
Saturday, I think.
And then
like 3 days, yeah.
And then I saw somewhere you're not doing same day registration. So when's the last day that people can register for the race?
The 28th until midnight, pretty much. We have it set.
The night before,
Yep, the night before. And so that just gives our race people more time to prepare before the race so they're not scrambling.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've had same day race registration, and it just is a lot of extra work for our timer. And so we decided that this year we'll just cut it off on packet pickup on the night before. That'll be the last time you could register.
Okay. I'll probably register at 11:59 then on the 28th. Why not? Make you guys sweat a little bit? No, I'm just kidding. You won't care if I'm there or not. Mm-hmm. How many times have you run the race, Teri?
Oh my.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably 6 times at least, I guess. The last few years, being the race director, you don't get to enjoy all the fun. So
gotta put in the work.
I'm going to, this year I'll be running, but the last few years I would run like the weekend before and do it. But yeah, it's just an awesome time, and we just love this event. We love Washington's participation and all that. So.
Yeah, and Kyla, this is going to be your first experience with the Key Wash Half Marathon, is that correct?
Yes, it will be, yep.
All right. Have you ran a half marathon before?
Yeah, I've ran plenty.
Okay.
I was telling Teri before this, I'm gonna run the race
Yeah.
the weekend before, and then I'll just be there to help out that day. So
Very cool. Yeah, I think the Key Wash is such an awesome event because I participated in it, I think, a couple times, just once on the half marathon and then one time the 10K. But it's just so cool to see all those people come in from, different parts of the country and participate in the event. And it's fun to see, supporters from Washington come out and different businesses. And it's just fun. And I think it'd even be fun for people to volunteer because, just, again, seeing that amount of people and that kind of event happening in Washington, I think that's really neat. So speaking of that, what kind of volunteers are you guys looking for? Do you guys need volunteers still, or?
Yes, we have some community groups that are helping us, 4-H groups, the Wise Pickleball groups. A lot of different community groups have committed to help us, but we can always use more people. This event takes a lot of people to pull it off. We need people that are out on the route directing people. We need people at the food stations afterward, handing out medals, registering people, just all kinds of things. So yeah, if you're interested in doing it, I highly recommend it. The people that do it, especially the people that do it the first year, are always like, wow, I had no idea. And they're just so motivated for next year, you know. So if you haven't done it, I would highly recommend coming out and helping, or at least coming out and cheering on people, you know, around the square, around the route. It really is very infectious.
Yeah, it's always fun to be running the route and seeing people with funny signs. That helps kind of keep you going. So that's
absolutely, the runners need all of that, and they really appreciate it. You know, everybody appreciates having some kids out there giving you a high five, or you know, somebody out there on the last mile when you think you're just going to die, and they get you motivated again to finish it up. So
I felt that way too many times.
Yeah, me too.
So tell me a little bit about the routes this year. Have they changed? Are they same? What can people expect? I see you guys have some new mile marker signs as well.
Yeah, do you want to show those?
Yeah.
We invested in some permanent mile markers that will be
It's a good idea.
staying up along the trail. There'll be some that we'll put up in town, but those will be removed during the year. But the ones on the trail will stay. So they each have a different color if you're doing a half marathon, if you're doing the 10K or the 5K. So that way we don't have to put out the little things that blow away and if it's windy out and stuff. So this
one
will be
less thing
really
to pick up afterwards too.
Exactly. One less thing to pick up and put out. So
Genius.
that's great. So the people from the city and people from the trails, the county, have been wonderful about letting us put those up for everybody. So, and I think we've had a lot of excitement from the past runners that are coming back when they saw those, that we were having those, that they thought that was a great idea. So
yeah, that is a great idea. So how has the route changed this year, or is it the same? What can people expect?
The 10K route is the only route that has changed. Otherwise, everything else is the same as last year. So instead of turning around on the trail, they're going to come out
to Willow Pond.
Yep. And then they'll turn around there and then come back onto the trail. So it'll be a little bit smoother of a transition for the runners.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
once they cross
sounds
the
like a nice
highway,
idea.
then we'll have a split where the people that are going on will stay to the left, and then the other people will stay on the right, and then they'll go around Willow Pond out to the road by Kirkwood.
Yeah.
That'll be the turnaround point there, and then they'll come back. Then they'll go through Sunset Park, like the 5Ks do. So the 10K route's going to be a little hillier than previous years, so it'll be interesting to see what people think of that one.
All right. So if I'm thinking about changing from the half to the key or to the 10K training,
Yeah,
do
you
I
might
want
just want to stay with the half.
do I want to do do I want to do
'Cause it's
less
flat.
like half the miles but more hills? Okay, lots of choices. So when people register, what do they get with their registration cost or the registration fee?
So this year, for our 10th anniversary, we've got some new fun garb. So everybody that signs up for the half marathon will get a free sling backpack,
Awesome.
as well as their shirt. And then as far as awards, we've got some fun award things. A new thing we're doing this year is handing out medals to everybody. So that was one thing in our survey that we had, that people were like, you know, could we still get medals for finishing in the 10K and the 5K? So this year we invested in medals so that everybody can get some, because we have a lot of kids that do like the 5K, and it's just kind of devastating when they get to the end and they don't have a medal.
Right.
You know, when somebody's standing there with medals for the half Kers, you know.
Yeah.
So we want everybody to be rewarded for their efforts and hard work. So
Awesome. So everyone gets a T-shirt
and everyone gets a T-shirt with
and
their
everyone gets a
registration.
medal.
Yep.
Very cool.
And then, yeah, we've got some great awards. I like our award brackets. Yeah, that's one fun thing. We've got these awesome little sunglasses
Those
that we've
are
got
cool.
this year with the Key Wash logo on them.
Those are really cool.
And then I'll let you talk about like the awards, like the age brackets that
Yeah.
we do. And
Yeah, so they're grouped by like 10 years it is. So we have about 9 age group brackets. So each race will place them 1 through 3 in each age group category. So if you're like 30 through 39, 40 through 49, whichever. And so they'll get varying prizes. I won't spoil them yet, so everybody will have a surprise
come
for
and
that
check it
day.
out.
But yeah, they're pretty cool. We tried to go all out this year for the 10-year anniversary. So they should be. Hopefully, everybody likes it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
exciting.
For the top half marathoners and the top of 10K, 5K also, Vogel Constructions makes plaques for us that are just beautiful. Last year he made these turntable things that were gorgeous.
Oh, I remember seeing those. Those were
yeah,
neat.
yeah. So that's always an awesome prize to be able to give out to the top people.
Which event's most popular, your 5K, your 10K, or your half marathon as far as registrants?
Probably the half marathon, and the 10K brings in a lot as well.
Yep.
So yeah, you'd think there would be a lot of 5K, and we do have a lot of local people that do 5K. Not a lot of people that travel for the 5K, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
we do have a lot of half marathoners that just travel from all over. I mean, we've had as many as 18 states the last couple of years. So it's just exciting to have people from all over, and it's great to be able to showcase our community because it is such an awesome community, and they just feel so welcome, and they just really enjoy the small town atmosphere here, and just the friendliness of the town and everything. So it's always a hit.
That's really cool. Awesome. All right, let's head to commercial break, and then when we get back, we'll talk a little bit more Kiwash half marathon, and then we'll play the birthday game.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Welcome back to Washington Live. I'm your host, Diana Rich. I'm joined in the studio with Kiwash Half Marathon directors Kyla Wilkening and Teri Hartzler. And we've just been talking about the Kiwash Half Marathon happening in Washington on April 29th, and always an awesome event. And this year it's even neater since they're celebrating their 10-year anniversary of having this event in Washington. So first, let's start by talking at break, we talked a little bit about the Memory Mile in honor of Mike Brenning. Can you tell me more about that event or this tribute?
Yeah. One of our local friends of the Y, and a lot of you know Mike Brenning that passed away a few years ago. Our first mile of the race is in honor of him, and so we always like to mention that. He was a very special guy, and we have a sign that we mark for that on the Memory Mile. And then we also this year are adding a memory rock that will be at the start of the trail by the Sesquicentennial Park that will be in honor of his life. So, yeah.
That's really awesome that you guys did that. So definitely a special mile to start off the race for that.
Yes.
When people come to town for the event, or if people who live in town who will be here, is there anything special going on downtown with retailers or coffee shops, restaurants? Yes. What can people expect for that?
Yep. The retail district has been great to help us celebrate this year. They're going to try and stay open on Friday night for people that are coming in to get their packet pickup. People that come in from out of town like to stay overnight, frequent our businesses and hotels and restaurants and all that stuff. So they'll be running different specials at the stores and putting up signage welcoming, racers and stuff like that. So a lot of the retailers will have specials. Coffee shops will be a hot commodity. The coffee corner and Dodici's are always busy with everybody getting coffee. Those that are just there to watch and support their runners often stop in and get a cup of coffee while they're waiting and stuff. So yeah, the downtown district has been great.
That's awesome. Give people that kind of hometown feel, and that's awesome that the Key Wash starts in our downtown. I mean, I've ran 8 or 10 half marathons. I don't think any of them have ever started in like a warmer location as downtown Washington. I mean, usually or side streets or random places. So
and we've talked about that,
special.
About how if that works well, but everybody really likes having it downtown, and that way we can feature all these wonderful parts of our downtown district. So
one of my favorite things when I'm running the race is eating afterwards. So if I decide to sign up, tell me what I can expect to eat afterwards, or how I can get some grub.
Yeah, so this year again, Brenneman Pork is going to be donating pork burgers for all of the runners, and the Washington pork producers will be doing the grilling for that. So we'll have pork burgers and chips and cookies and granola bars and fruit and cinnamon rolls. Yes. So we've had so many of our retailers, Hy-Vee, Fairway, Four Corners, Pizza Hut, the UP Home is doing cookies, and Halcyon House is doing cookies. Oh, who am I forgetting? Dodici's also is doing cookies. So a lot of our local places are donating food for all our racers, and that's always a great thing at the end when you're hungry and you're tired and all that. So and then JP's is always a frequent stop for everybody afterwards.
Yeah, great location for that. So you're saying I'm not going to go hungry after the race?
No, not at all.
Okay, sounds good. It's great to see all those people come together and be a part of feeding everybody also.
Yes.
During the route, we talked a little bit about the break. What kinds of water stops can people expect throughout the race?
Oh, yes. We have volunteer groups at each of the water stops, and they make it a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We've had some groups that really get into the decorations and costumes and all that stuff, so be sure to look out for that this year on our water stop stations.
Okay. Yeah, I know in past years, the Girls on the Run, they're always so encouraging, and it's like, you see them when you're coming back from that half marathon and you have a little over a mile left and you just want to lay down and take a nap, and they're like, you can do it, and you're like, oh, yes, I can.
That's
and
right.
The pickleballers, they always make you laugh. I think they have shots of pickle juice.
Yep.
It really is it's fun.
So. It is fun. We have 4-H groups that are doing it, pickleball groups. Who am I forgetting?
Washington State Bank.
Washington State Bank is a new water stop station for us this year. Yeah. So
awesome. Very cool.
Some fun stuff out there for us.
Yeah. It sounds like you guys have a lot of awesome things planned for the 10-year anniversary. You have those awesome mile marker signs and all the great swag, and it sounds like you have all the details planned out to a T. Is there anything else we didn't talk about that you had hoped we would?
Oh, the timing. We might talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the timing, it's a timing chip that's on the back of their bibs. And this year we're going to be adding a new timing mat at the half turnaround. So there'll be a timing mat at the start finish, and then a timing mat also at the halfway point on the marathon, our half marathon. So
yeah, that's neat.
So yeah,
very good. Nick, what distance do you think you're going to run?
I was just about to ask, do you think a month exact is enough to train for a 5K?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And walkers are welcome. Absolutely. Everybody can get out.
At first, I thought you meant a walker.
Oh, no.
He could walk.
Well, hey, whatever it takes. Nick.
Jade and I've always talked about being one of those like 5K families waking up at Thanksgiving. So this could be our first 5K.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I feel like you could put a GoPro on your head and you could do like Washington Live, get some great footage.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we could get you one of those little cams.
You have some time. It's a month from today.
I'm thinking about it because I need to get back in shape. So maybe.
There you go.
I'll
consider it.
I'll put my name in.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to mention?
Let's see. Street closures.
Oh, yes.
Perhaps. The street, it'll be starting at JP's. So the street from JP's over to the Y Aquatics building and then under the underpass up to 7th, I believe it is. That street will be closed until about 8:30, the underpass street. And then the north side of the downtown square and the west side will be closed. Okay. Those streets will be closed.
So just some minor inconveniences for the town for a few hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
Yes. Any last minute advice for someone who's watching this? It's like, oh, maybe I should register, but haven't really been running, or people like Nick who are thinking about it. What advice do you have for someone who's thinking about it?
I always advise people to do it. Just jump in and go.
Yes.
Because you can walk as much as you want to. But yeah, it's just the experience. It's so much fun to be out there with the crowd of people. For the 2 years that we weren't allowed to run with each other, it's awesome to be able to be out there and be able to compete and just enjoy yourself. And families, totally welcome. Bring your kids out. We have people that bring their dogs. So
yeah,
it's great.
I love going to those races and you feel like, oh, I haven't trained, I can't do this. And you show up and there's just people of all ages and
all
fitness
kinds.
levels and, strollers and old people and young people and everybody. And it's truly fun to see, everybody can do it, like you said, at their own pace. So.
Oh, and I do want to remind people that the Demon Dash will not be held this year. So if you're waiting for a 5K to do that one, I'd recommend you jump in this one because we're not going to be having the Demon Dash this year. So,
okay.
All right.
Awesome.
That's it.
All right. Segue from Key Wash to National Day.
You got this wrong off the air. It's National Manatee Appreciation Day. You just said National Manatee Day.
Appreciation
So you need to
Day.
appreciate the manatees.
Excuse me. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Please accept my apology. National Manatee Appreciation Day. Who knew? Who knew?
We all do.
Yes, exactly.
So now it's time for the birthday game. To explain the rules, I'm going to put a celebrity whose birthday is today on the screen. You have to guess their age. If you're within 3 years, you get a point. If you get it right on, you get 2 points. And if you win, you get one of those fancy plastic.
Oh, wow.
trophies.
Okay.
So the first celebrity we have, it was kind of a bad day for celebrity birthdays, but we're just going to roll with it. Where is he at? Is Brendan Gleeson. He was in Harry Potter. New movie with Banshees of Inisherin. He was nominated for an Oscar.
All right. I do not know Brendan, but I'm going to go 73.
I'm going to say 69.
I'm just going to go high. I'm going to say 74.
He is 68. So
Ooh,
Terry.
Terry.
One lead.
All right.
Next up, we have Celine Dion. Gotta be honest, could not. If you put a gun to my head that sing a Celine Dion song, couldn't do it.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm being dead serious.
I wouldn't have been able to look at this lady and been like Celine Dion, but I could sing you 5 songs.
Really?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
No. Just kidding. We don't want people to go off air. Celine Dion. Wow. She's wearing mismatched earrings. Kind of bothers me a little bit.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Wow. 67.
61.
I'm going to say 63.
She's 55. So
You know-
no points on that one.
Don't call Celine and tell her about
Yeah.
it. It might break her heart.
Final one we have is a fellow short king, Thomas Rhett.
Oh.
34.
I never knew what he looked like.
Neither did I.
I'm going to say 36.
What did you say, 34?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 31.
He
You might be
is
right.
33. So it looks like we end with a
Oh, three-way tie?
two to you and Teri tied.
Yeah, I was just
Probably.
I did not guess that.
Didn't Kyla guess 31 and he's 33?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have 2 points.
Oh,
Teri has 2 points.
Oh, okay.
Unless I got the math wrong. Yeah,
That's all right.
2-2-1.
all right. Good game, guys.
All right. Good game.
Thanks for playing. All right, any final plug for the Key Wash?
Come out and join us in one way or another. Volunteer, participate. Just come on out. I hope it's going to be a great weather day. End of April, we should have a nice sunny morning. We're going to cross our fingers.
Yeah, it's always an awesome time. So yeah, definitely encourage you if you're watching to get involved one way or the other. You can get registered for the half marathon, the 10K or the 5K. Come out and cheer or call the YMCA and talk to Kyla and see how you can get involved with volunteering. So lots of options for everybody. Thanks for tuning in today, and we hope you guys have a